Good day, sport lovers, and welcome to today's edition of the SPORTWRAP show. I'm your host, Limba Mupetami. On today's show, we will have content on today's press conference regarding Saturday's AC Boxing Promotions Boxing Bonanza, as well as short highlights of the Castlelight Cricket Series. But more of these to come later. For now, let's head into our hit list. The Brave Warriors of Namibia drew 1-1 with host South Africa in their Group A encounter yesterday in the COSAFA Cup tournament. The teams will be back in Group A action on Saturday at 6 o'clock, with South Africa facing Botswana, followed by Namibia battling Eswatini. However, today you can expect to catch the Seychelles versus Comoros match, which started at 3 o'clock. And right after the defending champions, Zambia will face Malawi at 6. Well, of course, all of these results will be available on the SPORTWRAP Facebook page. Well, for now, here is Brave Warriors coach Colin Benjamin speaking in a post-interview.
Yeah, I think, firstly, a compliment to my team. I think they did well. They could adjust to that high pace and a good possession game by South Africa. I think the first 20-25 minutes we had problems, especially there on the right, where we couldn't really contain the positional change from them, and that's why they could have a few chances from the right. I think second half we conceded that goal far too early, where I just think that a little bit of maturity was lacking there. Two central defenders away from each other. We have a throw in, and our defender turns his back. And with one throw, they get into the box, and that's how they could score. It's lessons that we have to learn, but I think after that we could contain it, and we took that 1 point, and I think we love to fight another day. Just a correction, there's no player that is not attached. They all have clubs, they all play. 70-80% of them are playing in the local league they just concluded. So, but still, yes, it's players that's hungry, players that's looking for this opportunity, that wants to use this platform to market themselves and try and go outside of the country. And that's what we're also looking at. If they can go outside the country, they become better. The team gets better. If the team gets better, Namibia gets better. No, I don't think there's neither of the two. I still think it's a tournament. It's good that you don't get out of the first game with 0 points, so you love to fight another day. And I think it's still wide open for all the teams in the group. I think it's actually really a tough group. It's good. I'm actually just happy that we could contain the first game, and like I said, we love to fight another day. There's still 6 points to play for, and we'll go back to that famous drawing board and try and rectify the mistakes, minimize them, and try and get better in the next games to try and get the points. No, I think it's actually an advantage, for countries like us, where we don't have the budgets, we don't have the possibilities to have friendly games. We take this competition very serious. I think also big ups for COSAFA. I played here as an under-17 player, my first, and I have a colleague here with Zambia, and we played an under-17. Now we're sitting here as coaches. So I think it's a platform for the region to develop. It's a platform for the players to also market themselves, to try and go out and...
Netball Namibia President Rebecca Nkokoza says for Namibia to keep its ranking with the International Netball Federation, it needs to be active to avoid being dropped off the log table. Namibia is currently ranked 23rd out of 44 netball playing nations. Moving on, the Richelieu Eagles yesterday won the first T20 match of the Castlelight series against Uganda by 26 runs at the United Field in Olympia. The two will face one another today again, with the match currently underway at the United Sports Grounds in Windhoek. Today's results will be available on the SPORTWRAP Facebook page, so do make sure to catch that. However, here is Eagles captain Gerard Erasmus and Brian Mark Masaba of Uganda in post-match interviews.
To start of sort of the T20 season, I guess. Playing lots of T20 cricket until the end of the year. So yeah, very important for us to set good foundations as a team. Few new roles with the bat, you know, just guys pushing up a bit and looking for big runs at the top. And Mikey just came back again and scored, you know, decent innings and yeah, set that platform for us to continue to score quick through the middle. And yeah, I think a decent performance with the ball to restrict them.
Talking about guys pushing up, we also noticed you batting up a little high up on 3.
Yeah. Obviously, it's something we want to do. We want guys to feel comfortable in their roles and you know, allow them that freedom to build with a few games in a row in one position. So I think that's going to be for the rest of the season. That's going to be our, as a batting unit, that's going to be our you know, our goal is going to be bat big. It's been the goal with the 50 overs as well, and we've seen some great fruits over the last, you know, sort of year and a half with the batters scoring hundreds, and in the T20s now as well. We want the top order to really set those foundations.
Well done today, and all the best for the rest of the matches.
Thank you.
Well, of course, now we cross over to the Spotify segment right after the break. We now cross over to the Spotify segment right after the break. The Brave Gladiators of Namibia are a team on a mission. The team left today for Johannesburg as they gear to face Equatorial Guinea in the African Women's Qualifier match. The likes of Senata Coleman, Viwa Kochipati make up the squad, with the likes of Anushka Kordom and Millicent Hikwam set to join the team in South Africa. Their match will take place on Wednesday. Now, before the team left, SPORTWRAP caught up with head coach Paulus Shipanga, and this is what he had to say. So stay tuned for this interview. All right, so we are joined by Paulus Shipanga. He's the head coach of the Brave Gladiators. Well, of course, welcome to the show, coach. And just take us through, I mean, you have assembled different girls from different clubs from the Women's Super League, of course, preparing for this match. How has training been so far?
So far, so good. We started last week. A lot of ladies had some issues of traveling and coming this side, but finally we have a full squad almost 3 or 4 players that are not there, but the rest of them are here. Very exciting young players, you know, trying to showcase their skills at a higher level. Also having the old guns, let me just put it that way, also part of the team. The likes of Lovisa them, Ladiana them, under them who hasn't been part of the team long time because of injuries and so forth. But yeah, so far we are training, we are doing well. Not too many injuries, but a bit of flu. You know, it's a bit cold here in Windhoek, so they are suffering a bit of flu. But the medical team is on it, and I hope everybody will be okay soon.
Okay, now speaking about the fitness of the players, maybe 90% of the players, would you say that the Super League has helped in that regard, you know, with the fitness? And looking at a country like Equatorial Guinea, have you perhaps maybe done some research on their performance so far?
Yeah, no, the league has definitely helped in terms of fitness also. It also helped in terms of giving other players a chance to be called up. Equatorial Guinea is a bit difficult to get some, you know, statistics on them, but we have tried and we are still trying to get what we can. On that day, it will just depend, you know, the first 15 minutes. If we don't get anything, we'll be cautious, but at the end of the day, like we said, our first game will be in Joburg, home game. So we need definitely to win that one so that when we go on the other side, we know what to do in the second half.
And just looking at the qualifiers at the moment, what are your aspirations, maybe personally as a coach of this women's team, and just the team, the whole team as a whole? What are your aspirations? How far do you guys want to push this?
Definitely, the first hurdle will be Equatorial Guinea. It won't be easy. We want to go past that hurdle. After that, I think we'll have Morocco. That will be, you know, one of the toughest games probably. But the ladies are full force and they want to play. They want to showcase. They're happy that we've been ourselves between the big guns. So we just hope that we finish the first one and then concentrate on the next one.
Yeah, in terms of the support now coming from the local fans in Namibia, of course, any message maybe for the people that are following the girls, that have been following the girls?
Yeah, definitely. First of all, just want to say they should please rally behind the girls. It's not going to be easy. You know, sometimes these things seem easy, but it's not easy. We just need whole support wherever we can, encouragement, motivation, and I'm sure if we can build the characters of these girls the way we know them, we'll definitely get something out of it.
Thank you so much, Coach, and best of luck.
Thank you.
That concludes Spotify. Let's head over to the Zoom In segment right after this break. AC Boxing Promotions, owned by Immanuel AC Moses, has a boxing event on Saturday at the Nampower Convention Centre. We caught up with the boxing promoter and trainer at today's boxing event launch. Check this out.
With the launch of the Rising Star tournament at the Nampower Convention Centre here in Windhoek, Ims, what can we expect from the evening?
It's actually going to be one of the packed events because I've been receiving attention from the people after we launched this fight, and of course the card is very exciting. That's why nobody wants to miss this fight. So first of all, I want to start with the information to the fight. So the tickets are still available for $200 Namibia per person, and we're still selling table for 10,000, sitting 10 people. It's going to be a boxing dine. As we all know, boxing is one of the #1 sport in the country. And of course, if you put together a show like this, of course, you expect everybody to come. So Saturday night, we're going to have 7 cards, where we have Special One Nangolo, who's headlined the event, over 10 rounds against John Herman. Then we're going to have in the co-main event, Uskore Habiam versus Bolero, one of the fights that's been making a lot of noise in the street and on social media. And of course, we have to Ruan Respel, Afening Geshea, Robert Darewa as well as Andreas Pacman. So, and Kasheta is one of the youngsters with a lot of talent. So it's going to be a great show. So we expect everybody to come in big numbers. Please get your ticket, tell a friend to tell a friend. Let's come and support boxing. Let's come and support these youngsters. As AC Promotion continue to promote boxing without a sponsor, but we're always going to do our best to make sure that we put great show together to entertain the people.
There was already action here with the launch between Usko and who's the other fighter? Bolero. So we can expect some fireworks in the ring on Saturday evening.
Of course, this fight been very, very entertaining. You know, if you look at social media, like I said before, Namibian Sun uploaded a video yesterday, and it generated runs about 50,000 viewers within maybe 7 hours, and like 300 comments. So, and people share the video, like 40 people share the video. So it's gonna be a great fight, and I think this is very good for boxing. It's a healthy promotion. Nobody's insulting, and nobody is trying to be violent. You know, it is healthy promotion, and this is what boxing needs. So we need fighters that can sell the fight. We need fighters that can make the show more interesting. We need fighters that give the expectation to the fans, so that if this guy can talk like this, can he deliver? Can he keep the same energy? And that's what we are looking for. That's what I'm saying. The moment we get a good sponsor, I'm telling you, I'm going to change the face of boxing in this country.
Ims, thank you very much for your time and the tournament that's upcoming on Saturday evening at the Nampower Convention Centre in Windhoek.
Let's go!
I'm Tilman Flill. Till next time, goodbye.
Well, up next, after the break, we will zoom in on some Rugby World Cup news with our special Lee Joel segment. Don't move an inch. Now with some special rugby news, or rather rugby news as we build up to the World Cup. The Namibia Rugby Union Vice President Johan Diergaard says the national rugby senior team needs about 38 million to prepare and successfully compete in the Rugby World Cup. Diergaard said the government has allocated 16 million towards the Windhoek Draft Wilvich's preparation. They've also received the same amount from World Rugby. Namibia is in Pool A against Italy, New Zealand, France and Uruguay. Well, of course, that ends today's Lee Joel segment. On the other side, we have Ari Hogard as he's ready to give us some more international sports news, or rather sports news updates with Globetrotter. So check this out.
This month on DSTV Premium, Nora is back as life in the Big Apple continues to surprise her and her outrageous family and friends.
I have an idea.
You do? Two families battle for the coveted Camp Trophy in this hilarious family-friendly movie.
That was fun.
That was something.
And F1 hits the tarmac as Red Bull continues their push for dominance.
Absolutely epic!
It's your moment to be entertained by staying connected to DSTV Premium.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Let's go get rich from that dying old.
We need to keep an eye on Beatrice and Dick. They're trying to take our money.
What is it that Dan used to say?
If you're scared of dying, don't be afraid to live.
No one's born bad. Like anything, it takes practice.
What's all the commotion? There's a robbery across the street.
What?
I am Puss in Boots.
What's a Puss in Boots?
It's me.
Frank has built something truly special. What he's created out here, it's a different way, a better way.
What are we doing?
Changing the world.
It takes heart and all the soul. A head stuck in the game. It takes every bone in your body, all the blood in your veins. And then more blood, and more sweat, more tears, all your hopes and your dreams. It takes conquering fears. It's late nights and weekends. 6 to 6s, 9 to 5s. It takes sacrifice and suffering every moment of our lives. It takes kick after kick, being kicked when you're down. It takes fighting for hours for inches of ground. It takes every last line out, every last second spent. It takes absolute devotion. It takes 100%.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, and starting off with tennis news first. It's week one of Wimbledon, exciting tennis happening in London, one of the 4 majors of the year. News from the men's draw is that number 1 seed, that is Novak Djokovic, he safely through to the 3rd round. He had a 2nd round win over Jordan Thompson of Australia. The score there was 6-3, 7-5 and 7-6, and it is Novak Djokovic, one of the favourites. He's won the title 7 times and trying to win his 24th major title. So Novak Djokovic, the 2nd seed in the tournament. The number 3 seed is Daniil Medvedev, and he also had an easy win in the 2nd round. He beat Arthur Ferry of Great Britain in 3 sets, and the score 7-5, 6-4 and 6-3. And then not good news for Southern African interest. Lloyd Harris of South Africa, he lost in the 2nd round, and he lost to Gregor Barrere of France, and the score 7-5, 6-7, 7-5 and 6-3. So Lloyd Harris out of the Wimbledon tournament. In the women's side of the draw, it is Iga Swiatek from Poland. She won her 2nd round game, and she beat Sara Sorebis Tureño by 6-2 and 6-love. A good result for Swiatek. She haven't done well at Wimbledon in previous years. The best performance was a 4th round in 2021. Also then Petra Kvitova, she's the number 9 seed. She's safely through to the next round. In the 2nd round, she beat Jasmine Polini of Italy 4-6, 7-6 and 6-1. But not good news for Maria Sakkari. She's the number 6 seed. She lost to Marta Kostic by love 6, 7-5 and 6-2. Continuing international sports news with cycling news, and it's the Tour de France, one of the elite road cycle events, probably the elite cycle event on the professional calendar happening. It is stage 5 that is done. The winner is Jay Hindley of stage 5. He's from Australia. He won the 162 kilometers from Pau to Lawrence in 3 hours, 57 minutes and 7 seconds. Then 32 seconds behind him in 2nd place was Giulio Cesoni of Italy. In the general classifications, it is still Jay Hindley leading with a time of 22 hours, 15 minutes and 22 seconds. And 47 seconds behind him is the defending champions Jonas Vingegaard. And in 3rd position is Giulio Cesoni. And one of the other favourites is down in 6th position. That is Tadej Pogačar. He is 1 minute and 40 seconds behind the leader. And concluding today's international sports news, it is golf news. One of the big majors of the women's calendar. It is the US Open for women. that starts in Pebble Beach. It's the 78th time the US Open for women will take place, and it is a defending champion Min-Yi Lee of South Korea that will again tee off. The tournament starts on Thursday and finishes the 4th round on Sunday. Some of the other top players to look out for is Nelly Korda of the USA, and also the 20-year-old Rose Chang, also of the USA, and then also Leona Maguire of Northern Ireland. Southern African interest in the tournament, only 2 players from South Africa playing. It is Ashley Buhai and then also Paula Rito. Ashley Buhai in good form, and she also is a defending British Open champion. The women will play for more money this year. The total prize money this year is $11 million US. That's a combined total purse. It was $10 million US in 2022. And the winner of this year's US Open for 2023 will receive $2 million US in prize money. That's international sports news for today. Hope you have a great sport day, and we talk international sport again tomorrow. Goodbye.
We have come to the end of today's show. Join us again tomorrow for another bumper delivery of sports news across the country.